Okay, hi. Yeah, my video cut off, so I'm just gonna keep going from where it left off. Here we go. I attempted to purge my mind of all the events that were connected to my father, especially those concerning Ikemufuna's death. Ikemufuna was like a brother to me and a son to my father, and yet my father still partook in his death. After that day, I could no longer associate myself with Okonkwo. No matter how Ikemifuna had come to be with us, there was nothing that would justify murdering him. On that very day, I vowed to sever all connection with my family when I could. I couldn't bear to live any longer with a murderer and a man who thought me unworthy to be his son and who was ashamed of me. He is most likely even more ashamed of me now. It matters not to me. I have taken a new name to signify that I have left my family entirely. John, the name of Jesus' most beloved disciple. John gave up everything to follow God, and I will do the same. Umuhofia and all that has to do with her is now dead to me. I am free. In each novel, Jaja, Maxine, and Nwoye's parents are characterized as abusive people who all hound their children for multiple reasons. Although each child is in a different situation, their parents treat them in generally the same way, whether it be through oral, physical abuse, or both. Because of this treatment, each child decides to abandon his or her parents and family. If their parents had been loving, they may have stayed and continued the family traditions, which could have in turn strengthened society and the family as a whole, because that's what the family is. Society is completely based on the family. So if the family unit is strong, then so is society. When the family units break apart, then you start to have problems. Adichie, Achebe, and Kingston use characterization of Papa Eugene, Okonkwo, and Maxine in their novels Purple Hibiscus, Things Fall Apart, and Woman Warrior to prove that abuse causes children to abandon family values and traditions so as to escape oppression and find themselves, as exemplified in the monologues of Jaja, Nwoye, and Maxine. In Purple Hibiscus, Adichie characterizes Papa Eugene as a person who is zealous in his faith and wants his family to be as well. When they fail to live up to his expectations, he punishes them in the most severe ways. For instance, when Jaja is younger, his father permanently maims his hand. Jaja tells stories of his abuse in his monologue, which give him reason to abandon his father's guidance and influence in his life. As a result of the abuse, along with exposure to a true loving family, that of Auntie Feyoma's, Jaja begins to resent his father and rebel. He begins to not want anything to do with the Catholic faith, as expressed by Adichie. Things started to fall apart at home when my brother Jaja did not go to communion. Finally, he throws off family mealtimes and ignores anything his father implores him to do. Finally, he completely turns on his father, and not only accepts his death with little difficulty, he takes the full blame for it. Likewise, in Things Fall Apart, Nwoye rejects his father and joins the Christians. He does so because Okonkwo believes him to be weak and worthless. A bowl of pounded yams could throw him in a wrestling match. I have done my best to make Nwoye into a man, but he has too much of his mother in him, Achebe says. Okonkwo also partook in Ikemufuna's death, which Nwoye was never able to condone or accept. Nwoye's true feelings are shown in his monologue, where he speaks of his father's actions with disdain and how his father is ashamed of him. Because of his father's abuse of him and his disrespect for life, Nwoye is made to feel incomplete, and he finds that he can change that by breaking free from his family and joining the church. Once he does so, he's able to find an inner peace and start his life over again. While Okonkwo commits suicide, and because of that, the tribe is no longer able to function.